Hello everyone, welcome to Crafting with Lee. Today I'm going to show you how to make this Be Happy grapevine wreath. These are the supplies I'm going to use to make this wreath. Okay, I'm going to start by removing this tag from the grapevine wreath. It's metal, so I should have used pliers, but only had my wire cutters. And it was on there pretty tight, so just know some of your grapevine wreaths come with this attached to it. It's like a metal ring. Alright, I'm going to start by separating all of the different leaves and flowers that I'm going to use. I'm only using these fern leaves and these white and green flowers you can see on the right. And these are super simple to pull apart. They were just connected at the bottom and they just popped right off. Now this one, on the other hand, I had to cut apart. But once you actually cut it, they all separated pretty easily. I'm going to start by making my bow just so I can put it on the grapevine wreath and have an idea of where to place my floral. And I actually have a video on how I made this bow, and I'll link it above. I'm just going to go through quickly and show you how I made it. You basically just add it into the bow dabra, twist away from yourself, go back across, and do this over and over again. Each layer of ribbon that I added, I made slightly smaller loops. You could make this bow with all the same ribbon if you wanted. I ended up using 4 different kinds of ribbon. And I'm just doing 4 layers of, or 4 loops of the black and white, 4 loops of the bee, and then this yellow and white, I do 3. The 3rd loop I make slightly smaller. And I really like how these colors went with the bee sign. And see that loop I made a little bit smaller. In the center. Then I'm just going to use a zip tie to attach it all together. Just move it over to the center. And then I'm fluffing. And then I'll do one last really big pull on the zip tie. Alright, now I'm just going to lay it on the grapevine wreath so I can have an idea of where to put my greenery. And I'm going to show you a trick. You can measure with the bow and add some pipe cleaners to the ends of each section of the bow so that as you're adding, you'll know where to put things, and then you can just take them off at the end. So you see I'm just going inside, just inside where the bow ends. And that's where I'll add my greenery. That's why I made my bow first. Okay, so to add all of this, I'm going to use some hot glue. I'm just adding some on the ends and then just feeding it into the branches of the grapevine wreath. It's probably better to have one of those glue pots that you can dip the ends of the leaves into the hot glue. I don't do enough grapevine wreaths to have one, so I just use my hot glue gun. I'm a big fan of use what you got. You can see those pipe cleaners really come in handy. And then I just laid it on and I realized that I could move these out further. So I'm just pulling them up and putting them in a different spot. And then these pieces that are sticking up and turning, I just added a tiny bit of hot glue behind them and laid them down. So to add my flowers, on some of them, I turned the ends of them so they would really hook in there. Some of them I didn't need to. It depends on how far away the end of the stem was from the flowers and where I wanted them to stick. And with these, I'm adding the hot glue after I put them into the wreath. And I wanted these to hang further out than the fern leaves. Right now I'm going to add my bow. And I'm just going to do that by twisting. And then I'm going to tuck. Right, and then I'm going to go ahead and take off the pipe cleaners that I had as a guide. Okay, and now I'm going to add my Be Happy sign. I actually made this sign, and I'll link above the video that I show you how to make your own signs for your wreaths. And I'm just adding pipe cleaners to the back with a staple gun and just wrapping it around like I did with the bow. And I wanted to add these sunflowers, so I'm just laying them where I want to put them. And you should probably hold them until they completely dry, because this bottom one ends up falling off. And since this is a grapevine wreath, it doesn't have a way to be hung on a hook or a door hanger. So I'm just going to make one. And you see the flower fell off at the bottom. And I just fed the pipe cleaner through, and I'm just twisting it together. And now I'm going to go back and actually hold the flower in place this time. And that's it. That's how I did my Be Happy grapevine wreath. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, or you can email me at craftingwithlee@yahoo.com. Thanks so much for watching. And if you like my video and you learned something, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.